in today's session, we will be looking into the different types of losses that are encountered in microstrip lines. So let me just recall very quickly what we completed in the previous class. So we have seen the equation for characteristic impedance for a microstrip line. So we have seen two different equations. One is when your microstrip line is very much narrow, if this is the condition, it is H by W ratio. If it is in between 0.1 to 0.8, this is the equation. And suppose you have the wider microstrip line, in that case you have to take this second equation for Z naught. So based on these two, I have already shared these two problems with you. Hope you have gone through them. The first problem, wherein the ratio of H by W, it is in between your, the value is 7 by 10, you will get 0.7, which is less than 0.8. So first equation you can use. If you see the second equation, where the I'm not calculating the ratio here, I'm checking the proportion of width and height here. So you can see width is much greater compared to the height. Under that second case, second equation you need to consider. So looking into now the next concept, losses in microstrip lines. So what are the different losses that are encountered? So we have already seen the structure of microstrip line, how it looks like. You have a substrate here, it has got certain height, and this substrate, it is a low loss dielectric substrate. Okay, it has got certain epsilon R value, relative permittivity value, and you have a strip above. On this substrate, we will be mounting a strip. It has got its own dimensions. So what are the different types of losses that this microstrip line encounters? One is due to this dielectric. Okay, the substrate जो है उसकी वजह से जो loss आएगा, that we call it dielectric losses. And second loss that is there in this microstrip line is due to this strip, and we know that this is the copper strip. Because of the conductivity, okay, conduction we require, right? Propagation is required, so conduction, it is a conducting material, it is made of copper. So because of this, you have a conductivity, and you will come across resistance, right? Conductance and resistance both are reciprocal, you know this, right? Conductance is measured in mho, resistance is measured in ohms, you know about it. So because of this conductivity of the strip, you will come across a second type of losses, that is ohmic losses. Okay, one is due to the substrate material, because of this you come across dielectric loss. Second one is because of the strip, the conductivity, the resistance, we come across ohmic losses. So these are two different losses. Apart from these two, one more loss we encounter here, that is called radiation losses. Okay, because of the structure, जैसे वो mount हुआ है, you have a substrate here, you have a strip here. Because of this arrangement, at microwave frequencies, your microstrip line behaves like an antenna. Okay, what antenna does? Antenna, it radiates, right? It transfer the energy. Because of the structure and the mounting, its behavior is like an antenna. You might have seen, अगर आप Google search करोगे, if you simply type there microstrip, so microstrip lines, sometimes you get the details, sometimes you will get the details about microstrip antenna also. This is because of the structure, because of its construction at microwave frequencies, this microstrip lines, they behave like an antenna, so they radiate. So the third type of losses that are there in this microstrip line is radiation losses. Okay, in today's session, we will be looking into each of these losses in detail. Coming to the basic structure, we have seen this. Just a second. We have a microstrip line here. It has got a strip. It has got its own dimensions. It has a width. It has a thickness. It has a length. Then it is mounted on the substrate, and this substrate has got its own dielectric constant epsilon R, and this is the height, or आप thickness भी बोल सकते हो. This is the height of the substrate. Okay. In addition to the two characteristics of the microstrip line, that is Z naught and the velocity. Just let me just quickly show you in the previous slide. we have seen what is z naught here, okay, z naught. And this is one more thing, I think I missed out this, the velocity of propagation. Velocity is, yeah, ideally speaking, if air is the medium, free space hai, so velocity of the wave which is traveling is equal to the velocity of this c, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. But if you see the construction, you have a dielectric constant there, and total complete microstrip line, the arrangement of strip and the substrate, this will have the epsilon value, effective epsilon value we get. So velocity will not be directly equal to c, velocity will be equal to c divided by whatever permittivity the medium has. So that value we should take, root of epsilon re. Just for recalling, you can go back quickly to the module 1. We have seen the velocity of propagation there also. We have seen there how the velocity vp has, we have calculated there. Okay, you can just have a recall there quickly. So this is the velocity of propagation. So basically in the previous session, we have seen two important characteristics. One is characteristic impedance Z naught, and one more is the velocity of propagation. Just now I have shown you. Apart from these two, one of the important characteristic of any transmission line, okay, it can be any transmission line, not even microstrip. It can be any transmission line. One of the important characteristics other than z naught and the velocity is attenuation. Attenuation means loss of the strength. सिग्नल का स्ट्रेंथ कम हो जाएगा, जितना आप ट्रांसमिट करोगे उतना completely ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा. It won't get received at this completely as it is. You will get come across certain losses. So basically 3 important characteristics do exist. The first one is characteristic impedance, second one is velocity, and the third one is attenuation. So whatever we are talking about, the losses, this comes under attenuation, right? We have even seen in the module 1 how this propagation constant gamma is expressed. It is nothing but alpha plus j beta. So what is alpha? Alpha is the attenuation constant, beta is the phase constant. So we are now looking into this part now. Alpha, that is attenuation constant, that is important for us. So the attenuation constant of a microstrip line, it depends upon what all the factors are there. You can see the construction here. It has got its own geometry, okay? It has got its own dielectric values. It has got own strip use कर रहे हैं तो उसका conductivity है. So many factors are there based on which your attenuation constant alpha is dependent. So alpha, it can be dependent on frequency of operation. कौन से frequency पे आप signal transmit कर रहे हो. Then geometric factors, this width, thickness, length, height, all these parameters, and even electrical properties of the substrate, how a substrate behaves, okay? Then conductor, जो strip use कर रहे हो आप, so conductor का conductivity है, resistivity है, so you have all these values, sorry, resistivity, so all these matter. So attenuation constant depends on all these factors. When the dielectric substrate of dielectric constant epsilon r, if it is purely non-magnetic, mu r value is taken as 1. So if it is non-magnetic, we come across two different losses. One, I just now I have told you, one is the dielectric loss, the other one is ohmic loss. And loss is nothing but the attenuation. So इसीलिए you can see we have used the symbol alpha d here. D indicates dielectric, alpha is the attenuation. So alpha d is the dielectric loss. Ohmic losses, alpha c. C is your conductivity, okay? C stands for conductivity or for conductor. So alpha c indicates ohmic losses. In addition to these two, as I told you, because of the structure at microwave frequency of operation, आपका जो microstrip line है, it behaves like an antenna. So even we come across radiation losses here. So these three different types of losses exist. Okay? Now coming to the calculation of each of these. Before that, I have given some basics of how you can represent this alpha C and alpha D, both the losses, dielectric and ohmic losses. So sum of alpha D and alpha C we can express as losses per unit length. So जो भी हम यहाँ पे अब derive करेंगे, जो small equation है, that equation will be for per unit length. Means अगर attenuation आपका Napier's है, napiers या फिर decibels, both are the units measured used for to measure the attenuation. So you can express these in terms of dB or napier per meter or per centimeter, क्योंकि per unit length हम express कर रहे हैं. Now coming to the transmission line theory, in module 1 we have seen this equation, a pair of equations, the solution of transmission line equations, V and I, we have got these two equations. Okay, so and whenever we are talking about the attenuation, पावर की बात करते हैं हम. आप जब सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट कर रहे हो, कितना पावर ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, कितना ट्रांसमिट हुआ है, कितना लॉस हुआ है. सो we talk about the attenuation or the transfer of energy in terms of powers. So P is equal to half V into I star. Star indicates the conjugate value. Okay, this is a general equation for power. From transmission line theory, the power carried by a wave traveling in the positive z direction is given by P is equal to half V into I conjugate. So if I just take the multiplication of these two, V into I conjugate, taking the I conjugate, okay, sorry, conjugate means I have to take a negative sign here, okay. If I take this I and I conjugate like this, take the multiplication, this is something like V के आपके पास दो terms हैं, A plus B, and you have got I term as, or I star as A minus B. Actual I has plus, but if you take I star, you'll get minus. So अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करते हो इन दोनों ब्रैकेट्स को, यू कम अक्रॉस फोर टर्म्स, a into a into b, a into b and b square. So a square, you know this formula, a square a plus b into a minus b, four terms you will get. So out of these four terms, as I'm mentioning here, the traveling is only in the positive z direction, three terms will get cancelled. Okay, जब आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई करते हो फर्स्ट टर्म विद दिस फर्स्ट टर्म, you will get alpha raised to 2z. You can see V plus, I have written 1, then I plus. Okay, this first multiplied term I have written. If you take further multiplications, three terms I'm not going to consider. Okay, let me take this multiplication, then probably you'll understand it. So if I take the first multiplication, this is the term. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite it. Then multiply this term with this and with a negative sign, क्योंकि हमने I star लिया है. Okay, so it will be V plus I minus, exponential term will get cancelled क्योंकि एक plus है एक minus है. I'm not going to consider that second term. Coming to this multiplication, यहाँ पर भी अल्फा माइनस है प्लस है, ये भी मुझे दिस टर्म विल ऑल्सो, एक्सपोनेंशियल टर्म नहीं आएगा मुझको, सो इवन आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक दैट ऑल्सो. कमिंग टू द फोर्थ वन, फोर्थ पैरामीटर, v minus I minus, both are these e raised to, you can see minus v minus I minus, fourth term multiplication e raised to minus 2 alpha z. So as I am here giving you, the traveling is only in the positive z direction, I'm not considering this also. Only the first term I have considered here, because I have mentioned that there is only the wave is traveling in positive z direction. Out of those four multiplied terms, first term I have written. Then coming to the simplification, what I have done, v plus e raised to alpha z as it is. Instead of I plus, what is I plus? I equals to v by r. So I have written that. This negative sign, actually I have taken it from the first module, when we converted all these current values in terms of voltage, that is I plus and I minus, we have expressed, try to recall in the first module, first topic. We have expressed I plus and I minus in terms of v plus v minus, क्योंकि हमारे पास चार unknowns हैं, v plus v minus, I plus I minus. Out of four unknowns, we have only two equations, so we cannot solve them. उसके लिए हमने क्या किया था, I plus and I minus, we have converted them to v plus v minus. So from that I have taken, or otherwise you can take I equals to v by r. Fine. So this is simplification. Further, what I can do, v plus, so we have v plus square, and I am considering only magnitudes. It is 2z naught, alpha raised to 2, it is not alpha, I'm sorry, it is e raised to alpha z. So exponential will be 2 times alpha z. So how you can write this? P is equal to some magnitude, okay, some magnitude, that is p naught. I have indicated this as p naught and exponential term. Further, coming to the next simplification, what I have taken, ये जो है मैग्नीट्यूड, इसको मैंने P नॉट से रिप्रेजेंट किया है. इट इज द वैल्यू P नॉट V प्लस स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 2Z नॉट at Z is equal to 0. If you take this Z is equal to 0, this e raised to 0 will become 1. So how you can, and now let me tell you what do you mean by an attenuation constant alpha. We have studied in electromagnetics the meaning of gradient, right? Gradient is, we go for the differentiation. Try to recall potential gradient we had seen. So in the similar way, attenuation constant is कि जितना पावर आप ट्रांसमिट कर रहे हो उस पावर में, उस पावर जितना भी आप पावर ट्रांसफर या ट्रांसमिट कर रहे हो, इन दैट पार्ट how much of the power is getting lost. Okay, that is in step change, how much value is changing. So because of that, I have written here in the numerator what is the change as the time proceeds. जैसे जैसे propagation हो रहा है, power is getting propagated, energy is flowing into the channel. जैसे जैसे time elapse हो रहा है, what is the change that you observe in the power, what kind of change you get. Obviously attenuation है तो loss होगा, कम होगा, that is indicated by a negative sign. So minus is nothing but this numerator indicates the change in the power as you transfer from transmitting side to the receiving side. This is the change with respect to the original power that is transmitted, and the two factor I have taken it from this. Okay, 2 times. So this is the attenuation constant alpha. It is given as the ratio of gradient of power in the z direction. So this is the gradient, that is you're observing that the power is changing as it is propagating with respect to the original power that is transferred. So this is the ratio. And attenuation constant, as I have told you, there are two different types of losses we come across, alpha D and alpha C. So I have taken this all together as alpha D plus alpha C. Now what I will do, let me see whether I can solve this. For that, already here we have got the power equation. So what I can do, I can simplify this. Okay, let me take this numerator minus dp by dz. So originally it was half of v into I, so power. Okay, you can start from this end or you can originally start from this, no issues. So I have taken that v into I, and we know that both this v and I, they are the, they depend on this z, because v by r hai, right? We know the power p equals to vi, and both are the variables, they are dependent on this z term. That's why I'll take uv form of the differentiation. Half is constant, you have a negative sign, you can keep it outside, no issues. Minus d by dz of v. One time I'm taking v, taking I star as it is. Next time I am taking the differentiation of I star, keeping v as it is. Okay, uv form differentiation. Then coming to this, change in the dv by dz is nothing but there is a change of voltage with respect to the resistance or the impedance. So as we know that v by r is equal to I, right? So v by r is equal to I, or what is v? V is equal to IR. So substituting this v is equal to IR. What I have done in the, I have skipped that step here. What I can do, v is equal to substitute IR, and what I can do further, there is a very little change. I can ignore this. Ignoring this, with a little change, I have taken this IR directly. And here also, you have I is equal to, you can see I equals to V by R, or what is 1 by R? Conductance, right? Reverse 1 by R, resistance and conductance. So that is, I have written sigma V. So again, ignoring this differentiation, the change is very little. So I have taken this, instead of I star, I have taken this conductivity into V star. अगर I is equal to इतना है, तो what will be I star? दोनों की तरफ आप conjugate ले लो. Sigma constant है V star. So directly, instead of V and instead of I star, I have taken IR and sigma V star. Okay. So neglecting this change because the change is very little. Considering that, directly I have taken the values. Now coming to the remaining, you can see I into I star. If I take simply the magnitudes, it will become I square. Here also V into V star. If I take the magnitudes, it will become V square. Remaining is half into R, half into sigma. Now coming to this first part, because what we have taken it here, this is nothing but you know this I square or V square, sigma is 1 by R. So V square by R, nothing but power. Okay, the first term gives you the power P. Resistance involved hai, so I will take it for ohmic losses, that is PC. And since this conductance is there here, I will take this as dielectric. Okay, this again conductance and again further you know some relationships between the dielectric. So the first term I'm taking it as conduct due to the ohmic losses, and the second term I'm taking it for the dielectric. So this differentiation gradient value I can express as the sum. I have taken the differentiation. So what I have done here, just this numerator value I have got. इसका value मैंने calculate किया है यहाँ पे, right? So I will substitute that. In the next step, I will substitute this differentiation value. So that differentiation value, that is nothing but PC plus PD or this much, this value. You can see I have neglected the negative term, right? Because when you go for this differentiation, I'm telling you the gradient. The gradient indicates there is a decrease here. So negative sign is used to indicate the decrease. So let us not consider that. Anyhow, even further also I am considering only magnitude values here. So better not to take the negative term. So this differentiation value is this. I have substituted in the numerator, divided by 2pz. Divided by 2pz is as it is. See, you have numerator, differentiation, substitution, divided by 2pz, that is alpha is equal to this is equal to this. The remaining all terms I will write as it is. See, I have substituted the value for this differentiation of dp by dz, that divided